You know, you want to be fast like Isaiah, and you want to shoot like Bird, you know, rebound like Barkley, pass like Magic, be dominant like Shaq. But man, I wanted to be like Mike.
Not always you're going to see a 6-foot guy change not just the city, but change the entire basketball world. A player who did not just become a legend, but became an entire culture. If you were a fan of the NBA in the 2000s, you probably tried to copy this guy. The braids, the crossovers, the spink of the answer, Allen Iverson. And there's a great chance he cooked one of your childhood idols too, the same way he cooked the greatest of all time. Here are the times Allen Iverson showed NBA legends who's the boss. It's not hard to see why Allen Iverson quickly became the most popular NBA star in his era. He was not absurdly tall, has a relatively small frame, and most importantly, he hates practice. Allen Iverson did not fear anybody, not even the 7'1", 320-pounder, the Diesel, or Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq even said it himself, that AI, besides Gary Payton, was the only small guard who kept challenging him on the rim.
Iverson is one of the greatest players to ever play the game. He's in the top 5. Ever. He's in the top 5. And the reason why I say that because he's probably the only guy that takes a beating like I do. Never complains. He has so much heart.
Now that was fearless. Well, it's not just Shaq. He was also giving putback posters to other big stars back then. Just like this next one, when he soars up in the air and shocks 6'11" Marcus Camby.
Finds Snow. Snow looks to drive, pulls up in the paint. Too strong. Oh, no! Allen Iverson! Are you kidding me? Wow.
In the early 2000s, it was a big man's game. Smaller point guards would settle for 15-foot jumpers rather than meeting giants at the rim. But not AI. He has the height of a warrior to surpass any height. And in 2001, his efforts culminated in one of the greatest single-season runs of all time. In the 2001 NBA All-Star Game, dubbed the most competitive All-Star game in modern history, Allen Iverson shone the brightest among stars as he walked away with the All-Star Game MVP and insane highlights.
Last season, Iverson, Allen Iverson, pretty well. Iverson.
Jason Kidd and his wife, and I've watched the way they've handled the situation. And
3-on-2, Iverson to the reverse.
And I mean, you couldn't see it in the way he played or the way he practiced, the way he came to.
The last player with 20 rebounds in an All-Star game. Charles, it's only a 7-point game with 4.5 to go. Iverson.
That move on the Hall of Famer Tim Duncan was just outright ridiculous. It just shows how crafty Iverson was with the basketball. That season, Allen Iverson averaged a league-best 31.1 points per game and dragged the historically mediocre team of the Philadelphia 76ers to a 56-win season and a first seed in the East. And it gave birth to some of the most phenomenal playoff performances this game has ever seen. In the second round, Iverson and the Sixers found themselves roadblocked by the young superstars of the Toronto Raptors, the vicious, freakishly athletic duo of Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter. With Toronto stealing Game 1 in Philadelphia, Iverson knew he needed to step up, and that's exactly what he did.
Game 2 of the series against the Knicks. Iverson with them going out to Iverson with plenty of time on the shot clock, guarded by Alvin Williams. Iverson pulls back on Iverson. Iverson has 8, Carter has 12 in that matchup, and Iverson's going to stay with the Raptors in this home game for Philadelphia. Iverson with the fake on Childs. Iverson driving in, and it's off the rim. And they're going to credit the basket on goaltending. Allen Iverson will get the basket. He has 15. Iverson with molested. Here's Iverson. The double team, the shot, they lead. You've got to try to get
get the high percentage shot.
Iverson, he had more offensive rebounds than Toronto. That's a story in itself. Iverson driving around, finding an open space. Hand on the shot clock. 43 in the fourth quarter. Iverson pulls up, and he's got a club record with 52 points.
Jumped out on him and said he's not going to shoot.
And Iverson has tied his all-time career high with 54 points.
Allen Iverson was just in God mode, scoring 54 points of the 76ers' 97 to even the series 1 game apiece. But he wasn't done. When the series was tied 2 games to 2, Iverson put on another masterclass.
No backdoor for Jones. Oakley covering up for the Raptors. This is Iverson.
Wow! 76ers just have a tendency to out-hustle and out-work everybody.
Iverson all the way to the cup for 2. A second field goal for 4.
Move on his part, saying, you know what, man?
Jones from Iverson. He deposits 2 more. Jones to deep. Iverson from the key. Yes! The Sixers, they are on. Iverson blows by Williams. Sets up the Turbo, who slams for 2.
He was over the Raptors as far as points in the paint.
Iverson, you can see the Raptors react. Neatly done after the feed by Childs. Here's Iverson for 3, and he did it again! Allen Iverson with 7 3-pointers. Losing that game 3. And now, could take that 3-2 series lead. It's Allen Iverson hits again. He's got 49.
This time, Iverson dropped 52 points in a mind-boggling 63% shooting from the field, just in a class of his own. The Sixers escaped the Raptors in 7 games, thanks to the heroics of Iverson, who averaged 33.7 points per game, accounting for more than a third of the team's output, a one-man wrecking machine. Their reward? Another upcoming superstar in Ray Allen and the talented Milwaukee Bucks squad. Allen Iverson and Ray Allen both belong to the historic 1996 draft class, where AI was picked first, while Ray Allen was drafted 5th. For these two, it was bragging rights. It's a chance to prove themselves on a bigger stage. And so they did. These two battled it out in the woods, going back and forth. With the series tied at 3 games apiece, Ray Allen averaged 27.3 points per game, while Iverson also led his team with 27.8 points per game. It was now down to 1 single game. The 2 most exciting words in professional sports. Game 7. It's where the most fearless superstars shine, and Allen Iverson definitely shone the brightest as he outdueled Ray Allen. In one of the greatest Game 7 performances ever, Allen Iverson dropped 44 points to send the Sixers to their first NBA Finals in 17 years. Waiting for them on the other side was yet another from the legendary 1996 draft class, the emerging superstar in Kobe Bryant, alongside the most powerful big man in the history of the game, Shaquille O'Neal and the Los Angeles Lakers. Saying that Iverson and the Sixers were the underdogs is an understatement. It was one of the most one-sided matches in the history of the game. But Allen Iverson showed that he can make the mighty Los Angeles Lakers bleed with a stellar Game 1 performance that inspired the whole basketball world. AI put on a show, posting a monstrous 48 points, including the infamous step on Tyronn Lue. That Iverson performance was hailed as the greatest NBA Finals debut in history, and rightfully so.
Here's Iverson. Yes. And the first quarter. Lakers have with the ball down by Iverson for three. Yes! On the 90, Iverson. Bothered by Lou. Iverson. Yes!
How about that?
And steps over Teron Lou.
7 straight.
But the Sixers fell to the overpowered Los Angeles Lakers in 5 games. AI put on 35.6 points per game though, which wasn't enough to carry his lackluster team. Iverson gained the respect of the league after that solid finals performance. AI continued to be a menace on the offensive end of the floor, averaging over 30 points per game in 4 separate seasons. He was a walking bucket, no doubt, and was constantly in MVP conversations. On February 12, 2005, Allen Iverson tore the Orlando Magic up as he casually dropped 60 on his familiar foe, Tracy McGrady.
Iverson pushing the action once again and scores. Just come up with the loose ball. Iverson for 2 on the point. Throw it inside to Dalibert, then outside to Iverson. And Iverson just unable to finish. Iverson, his eyes light up as Cato, the only defender to keep him out of the lane that time.
And if you're thinking Kobe Bryant and LeBron James who can do those same things, you're right, but that's fast company. Wow. Stay at home. That's why the charge on Deshaun Stevenson, the defense was set.
Iverson adds 2 more. We are seeing something special tonight. Allen Iverson, 54 points in the game. It is 104 to 92. Iverson with 54 points in the game, make it 56. There it is, 60 points for Allen Iverson and a 13-point lead for his team.
Over the years, Allen Iverson was still a consistent bucket getter, but his antics and relationships with teams made it hard for Iverson to transition into the modern NBA. He was also reluctant to accept lesser roles in teams. His stint in Denver was special though. Him and Carmelo Anthony with those braids on, special times. His greatest game as a Nugget came at the expense of his former rival, the Los Angeles Lakers superstar, Kobe Bryant. On December 5, 2007, Iverson absolutely torched the Lakers when he scored 51 points in 18 out of 27 shooting. AI is showing the world he is still that man.
His left and his right knee. Here's Iverson working baseline, and Carter goes cross court to Iverson on the baseline. You know, you always have to be ready. Capable of winning 60 games in the regular season. Iverson, one of the guys that feels over the place, Mark. So we look that way this time. Iverson working against Fisher. Waiting for more magic and pyrotechnics from Allen Iverson. We got a tie game as we get a steal. 8 times a game. Only with 10 points to do it. Here's Iverson trying to counter. Anthony inside.
After his stint in Denver, AI would be traded to teams like Detroit and Memphis, where he would still average 13 points per game before he ended his career back in Philadelphia, where he would still put up respectable numbers. In his 14 seasons playing in the NBA, Allen Iverson certainly had his legendary moments. But the one that really defined his career happened in the earliest stages of his career, in his Rookie of the Year season. Even as a child growing up, Allen Iverson looked up to one man as he revealed it during his Hall of Fame induction speech.
I have to thank this man, because without his vision, I promise you, there wouldn't be no Hall of Fame Allen Iverson standing at this podium if it wasn't for this guy. He gave me the vision, man. And I looked at him, and for the first time in my life, a human being didn't look real to me. I mean, it was Mike. It was my idol. It was my hero.
And it must be fulfilling to not just play against your idol, but prove your worth and gain his respect after he crossed up the great one, Michael Jordan. A play that would still be remembered and replayed for generations.
I heard Phil Jackson yell, "Michael."
Michael. Iverson has Jordan. The crowd is into it.
I gave him a little cross to see would he bite on it. I let him set his feet, and then I stepped it back again.
Allen shakes free, gets 2!
It was time the league knew that Allen Iverson would be special, and so he was one of the most influential players to ever grace the hardwood, a forever legend. Now it's your time to share your thoughts. Where do you rank Allen Iverson among the greatest of all time? Can he dominate in today's NBA? Share your comments down below, and as always, thank you for watching.